Right, before we get into this, just a little word about the title you read when you saw this. This is an Hitachi or Hikoki or Metabo HPT, Hitachi Power Tools, brad nailer, depending on what part of the world you're in and when you buy it. The name Hitachi's been around for a long time, and they've been owned by a company called Hitachi Koki, and now they've put those two words together and it's become Hikoki. In this part of the world, this is now a Hikoki, and in Northern America it's Metabo HPT or Hitachi Power Tools, or Hikoki Power Tools now, I guess. It's all very confusing. They seem to be having a bit of a crisis of identity at the moment, and yeah, I don't know why they couldn't just leave it all Hitachi. But anyway, so they released this as Hitachi. Now they're getting rid of all the Hitachi branded ones cheap and then replacing them with Hikoki in this part of the world. Anyway, let's have a look at it. So this is the Hitachi 18 gauge cordless gasless brad nailer. I'll put the model numbers, they're different for different parts of the world, down in the description rather than rattle them all off here because they're quite long. It can run on Hitachi slide batteries that are 18 volt, but also these multi-volt 18 volt and 36 volt batteries. It's not going to run at 36 volts, it still runs at 18 volt. The battery decides, knows what the tool wants, and so this is a 5 amp hour 18 volt battery, or on a 36 volt tool it'd be a 2.5 amp hour battery. So that's quite cool, gives you a few more options for buying tools, not having to buy another battery platform. You can buy this in a kit or as a bare tool. I purchased this as a bare tool because I'd already bought the framing nailer that had the batteries and the charger, so I didn't need that, although I would have liked a case, but trying to get a case out of Hikoki, Hitachi, whatever they want to call themselves, New Zealand, has been a pain in the bum. They ignored my emails. Everyone else I went to said I had to buy the kit to get the case. Bit disappointed there. Anywho, let's look at the features of this thing. Has a magazine that holds about 110 nails, I do believe. It will fire nails from 16 millimeters up to 50 millimeters, 18 gauge, which is 1.25 by 1 millimeter. They look like this: 16, 20, 25, 32, 50. That's just some of the sizes of nails you can fire with this. It's a brushless tool and it can fire a ton of those nails on this battery. I don't know how many, but plenty. It's got a side hook here which comes with the tool, which can easily be changed to the other side. Nomad tip which can be taken off and stored on the back here, although they do give you a spare one which is already on there. Very handy. It's got rubber bumpers on the side here because you have to put it down like that. It won't stand up on this end. It doesn't stand up like that too well, and it's totally unbalanced for standing on the front, which is how I would normally stand a framing nailer. If she jams up, you've got a toolless way of getting it open to get out your stuck nail. I haven't had that issue yet. Probably fired, I don't know, quite a lot. Been using this for quite some time now. The wife has been using it a lot. This was sort of her tool. She wanted a little nailer, and the Makita ones just weren't good enough. So I got this, seeing as I'd purchased the framing nailer and had the batteries and everything, and got it at a really good price. Half the price of a Makita one. So sorry for all the Makita lovers out there. Not this video. Has a positive lock on the handle here. So that's a trigger lock. Just slides a bit of plastic in behind the trigger there. Not the easiest thing in the world to film. So there's your power button on and off, battery indicator, and over on this side we have the sequential button. So at the moment when the blue light is solid, it's just one fire. We push it again, it flashes, which is bump fire. It has a light which isn't a huge amount of use. It sort of just shines down one side. As you can see, the light shines here, when really you want the light shining over here. So it sort of misses your whole target area. But to be honest, I'm not usually using a brad nailer in the dark, so not really a big issue. I've never had a light on a nail gun before and done fine. But everything's got to have a light these days. Let's fire some nails. it is substantially larger and heavier than its corded pneumatic brother. So this is the same version of that tool, but you'd run this off an air compressor. So this one will do exactly the same range of nails, but as you can see, it is substantially smaller. So if size is an issue, then you might want to stick with one of these. What this loses in the size and the weight factor, it makes up in portability and ease of use. This has to be connected to a big long hose and an air compressor. This I can use anywhere I want. I can carry it up onto a roof. I don't have to worry about anything. It's quick and easy if you just want to fire a few nails doing whatever anyway. You don't have to worry about gas. You don't have to worry about cords, power, nothing. Just bang, away you go. Chuck the battery on and you're away laughing. You don't have any of that gas smell that you get with gas nailers. You don't have that annoying, why isn't it firing problem, trying to work out whether it's the gas or the battery. It's just bang, go. If it stops firing, you know it's the battery, change the battery, away you go again. I prefer battery tools over gas and pneumatic tools any day of the week, even though it is substantially heavier and substantially bigger. We will compare these two tools against each other in the next video. So we've made a lot of small things with this nailer, such as this charger station. My wife makes lots of little things like this, and these nest boxes, planter box. It's also great when you want to just quickly clamp something. You can just fire a nail in instead of having to grab a clamp, or when you're waiting for glue to set up, just tack things in place. Great for that sort of thing. Brad nailers, very handy addition to the workshop. Right, so this is the ultimate test. 50mm brads, set at its full depth. We're firing into hardwood, Vitex. We've got 96mm here, so not a problem that way. We'll put the gun on full sequential mode. Let's go. Perfect! All of them buried deep. Happy with that. Now I don't know how long that was, but it was 28 nails, so in a few seconds. I'm happy with that. I'm never going to need to fire them any faster than that into anything harder than that. Maybe something slightly harder, but unlikely to be full on depth wise. So overall I find this thing really handy. There's a few things I don't like about it. One is just the placement of these buttons. It's sort of a bit hard to see when it's on, and what, you know, the lights in that aren't very big. It's a small complaint. The other complaint, that light, like I told you before, didn't shine in a very good place. But the most annoying thing is the depth setting mechanism here. It's not that easy to turn, and you can't quite tell whether it's moving or not half the time. But the most annoying thing is you don't know which way to turn it. There's no arrows or anything on here like there is on most of these sort of tools. So you don't know which way you're going until you see this moving up and down, which can sometimes be too late, because if it's already full down, when you start turning it, this whole thing can just pop out. So they could have put a bit more care into this mechanism. It's a little bit flimsy feeling, and yeah, the dial and the springs and everything here just a little bit iffy. But overall, I really like it, and I won't be going back to a corded, if you want to call it that, a hosed one, or a gas one. So thanks for watching. In the next video, we'll take a look at this, see how it goes up against the cordless one, hose versus no hose, no gas, that sort of thing. And of course, we've still got the framing nailer to come. So if you haven't already, it's gonna say smash, you know, smash the subscribe button. Don't smash the subscribe button, just click on it or push it with your finger. You don't want to be breaking your screen or anything. Smash. Can't smash the like button. Yeah, sorry, gonna have a rant here.